Let's talk about AC generator. Here there is a video that helps you to understand the idea of AC generator using animation. It's very well made and I would encourage you to watch through the whole video, including the later part about what happened when the coil turned to horizontal or vertical versus the time. I'll put the link in the description. Again, make sure you finish watching this, and after that you can try to finish the question, the blanks on page or this page simply, and we'll check the answers later. Pause the video now and do it first. Okay, so one thing that you should pay attention, especially about AC generator, is they use something called slip ring. And if you remember in the past when we learned about DC motor, what is that we use? That is called split ring. Okay, and the shape are different. For slip ring in this AC generator, you can see this is simply two ring separately, while for DC motor the split ring is like two half circle that is got literally split into, two, and or you may say one circle split into two half circle. So they are, both of them is to help the current to flow in a practical way, and it is very important to include the rings in both situations. You may also ask, hey, is there any DC generator or AC motor? The answer is yes, but then these are not going to be included in IGCSE, so that's why we would not talk about it. But if you're interested, try to Google it. I also welcome you to discuss with me also. So now let's get back to the question. The question and the description here said it is made of coil with wires. Apparently it turned by the shaft, and that's very normal like the motor, but this time you're going to turn it by a person simply for a generator, so that you can get the energy. Remember, for generator you are using the kinetic energy and changing it into electrical energy. Number two is that the ring are fixed to the coil, so simply the name even is on the diagram, so you should find it is called slip ring. Are fixed to the coil, rotate with it, and there are two brushes which you can see right here and right here, that they are attached, not really attached, they are in contact with the slip ring, so that the contact will be smooth enough to maintain the current, and usually made of carbon. That's why usually we call it carbon brush. When the coil starts to rotate, you can see it will cut magnetic field line when it is rotating. So this is something to do with the Faraday's law. Whenever you have a change of magnetic field line, so you may want to denote here something to do with Faraday's law, and therefore EMF will be induced or generated, and therefore there will be a current flow, since this is a complete circuit. And you can also read up number 4 by yourself, and also from the video itself, therefore it will be a continuous change. It will be an AC current or EMF also, and therefore we call it AC generator instead of DC generator, because of the waveform is alternating. The most difficult thing is number 5, which you may want to put a star next to it. We want to determine whether the current is maximum or zero when the coil, this is the coil, when the coil is horizontal or vertical, or you may call it parallel or perpendicular to the magnetic field. So think about this. This table may not, this diagram may not be that easy to tell you. So maybe what you can do is draw a diagram like what I do, and think about a similar technique like what you do in DC motor, what you can do is imagine these wire and these wire are now either into or out of paper. So think about this: when it is horizontal and you are rotating it like in the clockwise direction, so in that case, this coil, which is the red one, is going up. The blue one, when it's turning clockwise, then at this moment is going down. So this is the direction of movement, and while the B field, you can see, is of course going to the right because it's north to south. So if you try to think about this, then in this case, you will simply be cutting the B field at the greatest rate, because you literally cut this B field in 90 degree. You can see 90 degree, and if you remember, for flaming rules, 90 degrees is very important. So current will be maximum since EMF is also maximum when the coil is, you may say, parallel to the magnetic field, or you may say the coil is placing horizontally. In fact, I like parallel, but I think it may be easier for you to understand as in horizontal. Since field lines are being cut at the fastest rate, and it is 0, apparently will be another extreme, which is vertical. I should say vertical, not vertically, and horizontal. And for the diagram, you may want to draw it like this. So B field is still, of course, going from north to south, but then for the wire that are already at the top and at the bottom, so this one may be the red at the top, is moving to the right, and while the blue one is moving to the left. So in that case, you can see they literally do not cut any field line, and therefore there is no change of B field, or more precisely we call it magnetic flux, using a symbol of these to represent. So that's why it is 0 when it is vertical. So drawing a diagram can certainly help you to understand the situation directly. You do not need to remember this, so I do not recommend you to memorize this. Try to use your understanding to deduce it. Lastly, the question asks you how we can increase the EMF. So there are a few ways to do. The first thing to do is apparently make your magnet stronger, so that will be increasing the magnetic field strength. Or you can say using a stronger magnet, but I actually like to use a magnetic field strength increase, which is a more precise description. Number 2, it could be increasing the number of coils. As you know, the more turned it is, then the more magnetic flux linkage it would receive, since we can't every single coil. So if you have the double numbers of coil, then the currents will be double simply. Next thing that you may want to do is to increase the area of the coil. So similar to the simulation as well, the area, if think about if you're using a very tiny coil inside, then you only receive a small amount area of B field. But if you can use a greater area, of course, given that the B field are still covering the whole area of your coil, then of course you will have more magnetic flux linkage change, and therefore more EMF induced. And lastly, which usually is something that people always overlook, is to increase the frequency. Right? Because when we talk about Faraday's law, we are talking about the change of B field, change of magnetic flux linkage. So if you simply turn it faster than which is the frequency increase, then you have to change in a quicker way. A bit similar to the simulation that you did in the Faraday's lab simulation in the previous video. Simply when you try to going in and out from inside the coil, more quickly, then of course it will make the lamp brighter. So similar to our situation here.